According to the National Electrical Code, specifically Article 422.10a, ground fault circuit interrupter protection is required for all 125-volt single-phase 15 and 20 ampere receptacles installed in garages. However, an exception is made in Article 422.10b, specifically exception number 2. This exception states that receptacles that are not readily accessible and are not located within 6 feet of a sink or other water source are exempt from the ground fault circuit interrupter requirement. In the situation described, the sump pump is located in a small room that is locked and inaccessible. Moreover, the room is not located within 6 feet of a sink or other water source. Therefore, based on the National Electrical Code exception, it is permissible to replace the ground fault circuit interrupter receptacle with a non-ground fault circuit interrupter receptacle for the sump pump in a locked equipment room. To further elaborate on the National Electrical Code requirements and the exception, let's consider the definition of readily accessible. Readily accessible, as defined by the National Electrical Code, means capable of being reached quickly for operation, renewal, or inspections, without requiring those to whom ready access is requisite to climb over or remove obstacles or to resort to portable ladders, and so forth. The intent of requiring ground fault circuit interrupter protection for receptacles in garages is to protect people from electrical shock. Garages are often damp environments, and the risk of electric shock is higher in damp environments. Ground fault circuit interrupters work by detecting imbalances in the current flowing through a circuit. If a ground fault occurs, meaning that current is leaking to ground, the ground fault circuit interrupter will quickly trip, interrupting the flow of electricity and preventing an electrical shock. However, in cases where receptacles are not readily accessible and are not located near water sources, the risk of electrical shock is lower. This is why the National Electrical Code makes an exception for these types of receptacles. Consider other applications of ground fault circuit interrupter protection. The National Electrical Code also requires ground fault circuit interrupter protection in bathrooms, kitchens, and outdoor locations. These are all areas where the risk of electric shock is high due to the presence of water or dampness. The specific requirements for ground fault circuit interrupter protection can be found in Article 210.8 of the National Electrical Code. Article 210.8 covers dwelling units, and Article 210.8b covers other than dwelling units. In dwelling units, ground fault circuit interrupter protection is required for all 125-volt through 250-volt receptacles installed in bathrooms, garages, and outdoors. Ground fault circuit interrupter protection is also required for receptacles installed within 6 feet of a sink or wet bar. In other than dwelling units, ground fault circuit interrupter protection is required for receptacles installed in bathrooms, kitchens, rooftops, and outdoors. Ground fault circuit interrupter protection is also required for receptacles installed within 6 feet of a sink or wet bar, or within a commercial or industrial setting. Those areas with ground fault protection are also required. Now let's discuss the practical implications of replacing a ground fault circuit interrupter receptacle with a non-ground fault circuit interrupter receptacle. Firstly, it is important to ensure that the receptacle is indeed not readily accessible and is not located within 6 feet of a sink or other water source. If there is any doubt, it is always best to err on the side of caution and leave the ground fault circuit interrupter receptacle in place. Secondly, it is important to use a receptacle that is rated for the environment in which it is installed. If the receptacle is located in a damp or wet environment, it is important to use a weather-resistant receptacle. Thirdly, it is important to properly ground the receptacle. Grounding provides a path for fault current to flow back to the source, which helps to protect people from electrical shock. If the receptacle is not properly grounded, it is more likely that someone will receive an electrical shock if a fault occurs. In addition to the National Electrical Code requirements, it is also important to follow all local codes and regulations. Local codes may have more stringent requirements than the National Electrical Code. It is always best to check with the local building department to ensure that you are in compliance with all applicable codes. When replacing a receptacle, it is important to turn off the power to the circuit at the circuit breaker. This will help to prevent electrical shock. Once the power is off, you can remove the old receptacle and install the new receptacle. Be sure to connect the wires to the correct terminals on the new receptacle. The black wire should be connected to the hot terminal, the white wire should be connected to the neutral terminal, and the green wire should be connected to the ground terminal. Once the wires are connected, you can screw the receptacle into the electrical box and install the cover plate. Finally, turn the power back on at the circuit breaker and test the receptacle to make sure that it is working properly. To summarize, the National Electrical Code requires ground fault circuit interrupter protection for receptacles in garages, but there is an exception for receptacles that are not readily accessible and are not located near water sources. If you are unsure whether or not a ground fault circuit interrupter receptacle is required in your situation, it is always best to consult with a qualified electrician. Remember to always prioritize safety when working with electricity. Turn off the power before working on any electrical equipment, and be sure to follow all applicable codes and regulations. The National Electrical Code is updated every 3 years, so it is important to stay up to date on the latest requirements. The National Fire Protection Association, or NFPA, publishes the National Electrical Code. You can purchase a copy of the National Electrical Code from the NFPA website or from most bookstores. Understanding and adhering to the National Electrical Code is crucial for ensuring electrical safety in buildings and homes. The code provides detailed guidelines for electrical installations, covering everything from wiring methods to grounding and overcurrent protection. By following the National Electrical Code, electricians and building managers can help to prevent electrical hazards such as fires and electrical shocks. It is essential to consult the latest edition of the National Electrical Code for the most accurate and up-to-date information. The information provided here is for general guidance only and should not be considered a substitute for professional electrical advice. Always consult with a qualified electrician for any electrical work or questions. Consider the specific application of the sump pump in the garage. Sump pumps are typically used to remove water that accumulates in a sump pit, preventing flooding. In a parking garage, a sump pump might be necessary to remove rainwater or groundwater that seeped into the structure. The fact that the sump pump is located in a locked room indicates that it is not intended to be accessed by the general public. This further supports the argument that the receptacle is not readily accessible and therefore may be exempt from the ground fault circuit interrupter requirement. However, it is important to verify that the locked room is indeed inaccessible to unauthorized personnel. If the room is easily accessible, or if there is a possibility that someone could come into contact with the receptacle while it is energized, it would be prudent to leave the ground fault circuit interrupter receptacle in place. The decision to replace the ground fault circuit interrupter receptacle should be based on a thorough assessment of the specific circumstances and a careful interpretation of the National Electrical Code requirements. If there is any doubt, it is always best to err on the side of safety and consult with a qualified electrician. Furthermore, it's important to maintain detailed records of any electrical modifications made to the building. This includes documenting the reason for replacing the ground fault circuit interrupter receptacle, the date of the replacement, and the qualifications of the person who performed the work. These records can be helpful in the event of an electrical inspection or if any issues arise in the future. Regular electrical inspections are also essential for ensuring the ongoing safety of the electrical system. These inspections should be performed by a qualified electrician and should include a thorough examination of all electrical components, including receptacles, wiring, and circuit breakers. Any deficiencies that are identified during the inspection should be promptly corrected. In addition to the National Electrical Code requirements, it is also important to consider the manufacturer's recommendations for the sump pump and the receptacle. The manufacturer's instructions may provide additional guidance on the proper installation and use of the equipment. Always follow the manufacturer's instructions carefully to ensure safe and reliable operation. Consider the long-term maintenance of the sump pump and the receptacle. Sump pumps typically require periodic maintenance, such as cleaning and inspection. The receptacle should also be inspected regularly for any signs of damage or wear. If any problems are detected, the sump pump or receptacle should be repaired or replaced promptly. Proper maintenance is essential for ensuring the continued safety and reliability of the electrical system. Also, consider the potential for future changes in the use of the space. If there is a possibility that the locked room could be used for a different purpose in the future, it may be prudent to leave the ground fault circuit interrupter receptacle in place. This would provide an additional layer of safety in the event that the space becomes more accessible or if water sources are introduced. The decision to replace the ground fault circuit interrupter receptacle should be based on a careful consideration of all relevant factors, including the National Electrical Code requirements, the specific circumstances of the installation, the manufacturer's recommendations, and the potential for future changes in the use of the space. If there is any doubt, it is always best to err on the side of safety and consult with a qualified electrician. In addition to the exception for receptacles that are not readily accessible and are not located near water sources, the National Electrical Code also provides an exception for receptacles that are used for specific purposes. For example, receptacles that are used for cord and plug-connected appliances that are employing double insulation or are supplied through an isolating transformer are not required to have ground fault circuit interrupter protection. However, this exception does not apply to sump pumps, as they are not typically double insulated or supplied through an isolating transformer. Also, consider the type of sump pump that is being used. Some sump pumps are designed to be permanently wired, while others are designed to be cord and plug connected. If the sump pump is designed to be permanently wired, it may not be necessary to install a receptacle at all. Instead, the sump pump can be directly connected to the electrical wiring. However, if the sump pump is cord and plug connected, a receptacle is required. When selecting a receptacle for a sump pump, it is important to choose a receptacle that is rated for the voltage and current requirements of the sump pump. The receptacle should also be rated for the environment in which it is installed. If the receptacle is located in a damp or wet environment, it is important to use a weather-resistant receptacle. In addition to the National Electrical Code, there may be other applicable codes and standards that need to be considered. For example, the Americans with Disabilities Act, or ADA, sets requirements for accessibility in buildings and facilities. If the locked room is accessible to people with disabilities, it may be necessary to install a ground fault circuit interrupter receptacle, even if it is not otherwise required by a National Electrical Code. It is important to consult with a qualified professional to determine all of the applicable codes and standards for your specific situation. Furthermore, it is important to consider the potential for nuisance tripping of the ground fault circuit interrupter receptacle. Ground fault circuit interrupter receptacles are designed to trip when they detect a ground fault, which is a leakage of current to ground. However, ground fault circuit interrupter receptacles can also trip due to other factors, such as electrical noise or moisture. If the ground fault circuit interrupter receptacle is tripping frequently, it can be a nuisance and can disrupt the operation of the sump pump. In some cases, it may be possible to reduce the nuisance tripping by using a ground fault circuit interrupter receptacle with a high trip threshold or by installing a line filter to reduce electrical noise. However, it is important to consult with a qualified electrician to determine the best solution for your specific situation. Ultimately, the decision of whether or not to replace the ground fault circuit interrupter receptacle is a complex one that requires careful consideration of all relevant factors. It is important to weigh the risks and benefits of each option and to consult with a qualified electrician to ensure that the electrical system is safe and curve compliant. Remember that the primary goal is to protect people from electrical shock. Therefore, it is always best to err on the side of safety and to follow the recommendations of a qualified electrician.